NCERT Physics Class 11, 5th chapter, which is motion in a plane. So in this we have given that block of mass 15 kg is placed on long trolley. The coefficient of static friction between the block and trolley is equal to 0.18. The trolley accelerates from rest with acceleration for 20 seconds and then move with uniform velocity. So in this we have to discuss its motion with respect to an observer on ground and observer on trolley. So first we were going to discuss this motion with respect to an observer on ground. So for an observer on ground, person is observer, this is on ground. So the truck is moving with acceleration of 0.5 meter per second square. A block is kept on the surface. So the block is also moving with acceleration of 0.5 meter per second square if we assume no slipping. If in this case we assume no slipping. If there is no slipping, then acceleration of block is also acceleration equal to acceleration of truck, which is equal to 0.5 meter per second square. In order to have acceleration of block as 0.5 meter per second square, we can find the required value of friction. So friction required is equal to mass of block into acceleration of block. This is equal to mass of block is equal to 15 and acceleration is 0.5. So required friction is 7.5 Newton. Now find out the value of maximum friction possible. Friction maximum, that is equal to mu s into n. So value of mu s is given is equal to 0.18 into normal, which is equal to 150. So from this we have maximum value of friction, that is equal to 27 Newton. So the required is 7.5, maximum availability is 27 Newton. So this is possible and friction will act. The friction force which will act is equal to 7.5 Newton, as 7.5 Newton is sufficient to prevent the slipping. So in this case the block remain rest with respect to truck. The observer on ground says that there is no slipping between truck and block. So the observer on ground will say that there is no slipping between the truck and ground, as the friction which is acting is setting as required value 7.5 Newton. Now for observer on second part, for observer on trolley. So when observer on trolley looks at the block, so according to observer on trolley, when we make FBD, we can say that the person is looking from non-inertial frame. So in this case, the force which is acting on it, that is pseudo force, and this pseudo force is balanced by friction force, and the value of pseudo force is equal to 7.5 Newton, and which is equal to 7.5 Newton. So the person on trolley will also say that the block is at rest with respect to trolley. So he says the block is at rest, and the person on ground says that block is moving with velocity of truck. If the velocity of truck is v, then the block velocity is also v. Now for this, if the truck is moving with velocity v1, but for an observer sitting inside the trolley, the observer says the block is at rest. So in this there is no effect of velocity of truck, but with respect to ground, the velocity of truck has effect.